All right.
Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to St George's Park for this media conference to confirm the England squad for the forthcoming UEFA Nations League fixtures between Greece and Finland. As ever, we can limit it to 3 questions per person during the first round, and if we have the time, we'll come back to you at the end if you do have follow-up questions. Tim from Sky, do you want to get us underway?
Hi Lee.
How's it going? You okay?
Can we start with the return of Cole Palmer, Phil Foden and Jude Bellingham, all available to you in this camp? So I guess you've inherited one of the problems that Gareth Southgate had in trying to fit them all into your starting 11. So how do you solve that problem? And in particular with Cole Palmer, do you see a specific role to get the best out of him?
Yeah, well, like all of the players, I think it's a challenge with the squad that we've got. We've got so many talented players. Always look at finding the right balance. Who complements who in terms of the way that we play. I try not to get too caught up in positions and too positional, whereas it's more the attributes and the way that we can potentially attack the opposition. So, like you say, all 3 are excellent players, as are the rest of the squad.
Dominic Solanke called into the squad for the first time since 2017. He's been close to previous squads, so why is now the right time to call him up, and what do you expect to get from him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about previous squads because this is only the second one that I would have picked. Dom's a player that I'm fully aware of, having worked with him in the past. Dom was really close to being in the last squad. Obviously, he got injured just before selection. A player that's done so well at Bournemouth, and now he's taken that form into Spurs. He's got a lot of really good attributes that I really like, as well as being a really nice person. He's extremely talented, and it's good that we've got him.
We revealed on Sky Sports News yesterday that there had been no contact with some of the potential leading candidates to take the long-term role as England head coach. I'm just wondering how much of a boost does that give you, and where are you at with your situation? Have you had any formal conversations with the FA since the last camp?
No, I think it's really clear what my remit is. It was to take these 3 camps in the Nations League. Something that I'm really comfortable doing. Totally happy with that. My situation hasn't changed. Like I say, I'm really looking forward to this camp now. It was a real challenge picking this squad. The players that we've had to leave out. We've got some really talented players, so that's a big enough challenge without worrying about candidates and the rest of it. But I'm fully aware of my situation and comfortable with it.
Hi Lee.
Thanks.
In the last squad there was no Kyle Walker, but he's back and played football at Manchester City now. Was that always the plan? Yeah,
we spoke before the last squad announcement. It was he hadn't played a minute for Manchester City, so a player that we're looking forward to having back. I've never worked with him, but I think what he's done in the past for England is a player that I'm sure can help our younger players as well.
Cole Palmer, you know him very well. Obviously, excellent season last season, but he's carried that on this campaign. Are you surprised that he's able to maintain that level?
No, not really. I think known Cole for a number of years, seeing how he's progressed. Every challenge that's been put in front of Cole, you've seen yourself. He takes in his stride. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and that's a brilliant attribute to have as a professional footballer. And it's great to see him doing so well.
One of the breakout players this season is Morgan Rogers. He's not in the squad. Was he close to be named in this group? Yeah, there's a lot of players that were close to being in this squad. The talent that we've got available for us. The challenge is, would have been quite easy to name a 40-man squad and almost justify having them all in. But the challenge is making sure that we pick a competitive squad, and a squad where I think we can win the 2 games.
Hi Lee. Since we last spoke to you, Ashley Cole's been sort of embedded back really into the FA. Yeah. Did you have a role in that? And obviously he's very much Team Carsley from what we saw with the under-21s. Yeah,
so Ashley's role in the under-21s was a full-time role, but obviously he was working at Everton at the time and Birmingham, so he was able to dual role. With this being an interim period, I thought it was best for all of us if the assistant was a full-time, because of the amount of players that we need to get around and the importance of the role. So there's no change. But it was always a case that we could have had a full-time assistant.
So it was very much you drove.
Oh yeah,
this.
definitely. Yeah, I felt that I needed a full-time assistant. Yeah, just to to take on some of the strains that go with the job.
And how have you found the job going around to games? And what's the reaction of the fans been to you?
Yeah, it's been really positive. It's been people seem to be very complimentary about the team. I understand that it's early days. I think anywhere that I've been, it's very it's very positive. Obviously the difference would be that everyone's got an opinion on the England team, and why you're putting so and so in, or why you're leaving so and so out, and which is interesting, because generally when you play for a club or manage a team, people are worried about that team, whereas with England everyone's got an opinion on it, which is it's good. People are desperate for the team to win and do well, and the ultimate goal is to win a major trophy. But the reactions that I've had have been really positive, been good.
Okay, I don't think there's any other hands. Oh, go to Jonathan here.
No Eberechi in the squad. Is he injured, or is it just a tactical selection?
Yeah, it was just a chance that the players that have been left out was more of a chance of me having a look at other players. Nothing that they've done, definitely not anything to do with form. It's just a case of using this period of the next two camps to experiment a little bit, look at other players. I think the players that have been left out have all got a case to be in the squad, but I thought it was important that we've seen the benefit of the last squad of it being fresh and it feeling fresh, a lot of energy in it. Not that them players didn't bring that, but I thought that it was important that it's not just a copy and a paste. It's I want them to feel like they've earned their place in the squad, and spoken to all of the players that aren't involved and have had good conversations with them. Ultimately, people want to know where they stand and is long term. I've made it totally clear to all of the players that this is a short term decision from myself. I've got this camp and the next camp, so just to keep playing as well as they can at their clubs. We've watched so much football the last 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is, since the last game. Seen every single touch that the players have had in terms of the players that we've picked or left out. So we feel really well informed with the squad that we've selected.
Okay, we go back to Tim and Alex. You got follow-ups? Yeah.
Just more specifically, I know you touched on it there, Harry Maguire, not in the squad.
Yeah.
How did he react to that, and is he one that you still see in your long-term plans?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Harry's a player that I've worked with in the past. He was very positive in the conversation that we had. Really wary about having them kind of conversations and them going on too long, because obviously he's got a game tonight. So it was a case of talking to him about what my decision was. Obviously, we've got some really good centre backs that I'm keen to see play, and I'm wary about bringing players away that that are really experienced that potentially aren't going to play much. So, but Harry's still got a really important part to play in this not only this squad but the up and coming campaign.
And there's no recognised left-backs or Rico Lewis and Levi Colwell, and you've mentioned there that it's about attributes, but are you happy to continue without a specialist left-back, or is it a position you'd look to in future? No,
I think it's you always want that balance. The ideal scenario is that you've got a left-footed player in that area that's comfortable on the ball. I think we've got that with either Rico, Trent, Levi. We're quite lucky in that regard. We've also got really gifted wide players, so our height and our width and our pace will mainly come from the wide players rather than the fullbacks.
Lee, there's been a lot of talk about Harry Kane, particularly in Germany, and whether he actually delivers in the big games. Bill called him invisible last night against Villa. I mean, you're obviously an admirer of Harry Kane. He's your captain. What are his strengths, and does he do it in the big games?
Well, I was at the game last night. It was a brilliant game. I mean, the tempo and the level of game that I've seen was great to see. Harry Kane's a player that's really important to us. A player that will always score goals. I think sometimes with centre forwards, they're an easy target because they're the ones that you expect to deliver. I think it's you have to be aware that there's another 10 players that go with that as well, and he needs support. He needs to have chances created for him, and I think he's doing well. His goal record, I think it flashed up before the game. His goal record at Bayern is outstanding. That cannot be questioned. I can only go off what I see on camp, and he was outstanding last camp. The goals that he scored, the way he conducted himself, the way that he trained, he's in a good place.
Okay, anything further? Okay, we'll end it there. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.